What's going on, folks? Lauren Sisler here with AL.com, hanging with our SEC insider, Matt Zenitz. You can follow him on Twitter, Zenitz. He's pretty cool because, you know, he's got all the inside scoop on everything. So, first and foremost, we'll talk about the big storyline this week. Tua Tagovailoa, Alabama's starting quarterback, out for the remainder of the season with a fractured hip after dislocating it against Mississippi State. Certainly a big blow for the Alabama football team and for Tua himself, and thoughts and prayers with him through this time as he goes through recovery. But one of the biggest storylines there is sort of what this means for the rest of Alabama's season, what this means for Tua's future. And so let's just start there. You have talked to some folks at the NFL level and gotten some good insight as to what they think his future looks like at the next level. Kind of break that down for me, because there is concern as to how bad this injury truly is for Tua and his future in playing in the NFL.
Yeah, so first of all, it's a really unfortunate deal. It's a rare freak injury. It's just unfortunate. You never want to see anybody get hurt, especially a kid that's just a legitimately great kid like Tua. But the question now becomes just, what does this mean for Tua moving forward? And honestly, the outlook and long-term prognosis is probably a lot better than what people may have been expecting when this first happened a few days ago, including with Tua's NFL future. So, hey, I've talked to people throughout the course of the week, and considering how optimistic doctors seem to be regarding Tua's injury outlook, Tua still has a chance, a legitimate chance based on the people that I've talked to go not only during the course of the first round, but possibly still as early as the first half of the first round, and maybe even still in the top 5 to 10. That's something that 3 scouts that I talked to during the course of this week asked him, like, if you had to put money on it, where do you think Tua is going to go? All 3 said the same exact thing, and the same thing that they said was if they had to put money on it, they still see him going in the top 15 of the draft.
Yeah, and the scout, one of them you pinpointed in there too, was that you have about 15 blue chip players, and he is one of them, regardless of this injury, and how that pans out. And so, in your opinion, does Tua Tagovailoa go ahead and enter the draft this year? Is there any chance that he comes back to Alabama?
I don't think so. The expectation of people that I've talked to is still that he's going to be turning pro, which is the right decision. He's still in position to be a first-round pick, and that's definitely the expectation from people that I've talked to. Unfortunately for Tua, it seems like, based on what the prognosis is right now, that he is in position to be cleared to return to football as long as everything goes well with his rehab. At some point in the 6 to 8 month range, seems like he's in position where he could be throwing during the course of the spring, and there is a lot of optimism. It seems like he has a good chance, based on how well the surgery went, and it did go really well, that he has a good chance of playing football next season, which a few days ago, I mean, I don't know if people would have necessarily thought that would be the case.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Okay, so future of Alabama football with Mack Jones, Mack 10, we like to call him, who is going to be playing this weekend against Western Carolina, and then the following week against Auburn in the Iron Bowl.
A lot tougher of a game than Western Carolina.
A lot tougher of a game. And then, of course, Alabama still one spot outside looking in the college football playoffs. So still very much a likely possibility, if they were to go in and handle business against Auburn, who is now ranked 15th, according to the College Football Committee. And so just give us your take on Mack Jones and his abilities as a quarterback and what you see from him. And, can he get the job done? I think that's what everybody wants to know.
Yeah, well, we'll truly find out next week. So that's going to be the real test for him. So, I mean, Western Carolina, you're not going to be able to get much out of that game. Western Carolina is a 3-8 football team that is getting beat by 3 touchdowns by teams like Samford. So it's hard to expect them to be too competitive when it comes to facing a team like Alabama. But the encouraging thing for Alabama is just the increase in maturity that they've seen from Mack during the course of the last couple of years. So the arm talent has been there. He's always had a good arm, but he was immature enough and was not great enough at handling adversity on the field that, I mean, it's a comparison we've talked about before. Coach Saban would compare him to John McEnroe, the old tennis player who was very good, but didn't exactly handle things in a way that was the best way to handle them, and sometimes would let his emotions get the best of him, and when that happened, it would take away from him being able to perform at a level that he was capable of performing. And it's been the same kind of thing with Mack behind the scenes at Alabama during the course of the last couple of years. But some of those emotional outbursts when things aren't going well, they've been going on lesser and lesser this year, and they really have seen that increase in maturity. And also, he's gone out and played well when he's gotten an opportunity. So he started the game against Arkansas, had a solid showing against them, threw for 235 yards, 3 touchdowns, and then the other day when he went in also, it's not like he was asked to do much, be it because they were up by so much in that game, but he went out and I think completed his first 7 passes and overall looked solid.
Yeah, so Mac Jones, it's his team. It is his team now. It's nobody else's in terms of being at that quarterback position. And so I would imagine he goes in with a chip on his shoulder. He knows that this is his team. It's his team to carry, through the remainder of the season. No questions asked. And so
best thing for him, though, he has 3 receivers. So in talking to those NFL people also, one of the things that they said is that this is a talented group of receivers, as we knew already. But he has 3 receivers to work with who, at this point, looks like all 3 are in position to go at some point in the top 60 of the NFL draft. So you have 2 that are likely first-round picks in Jerry Jeudy and Henry Ruggs, and another one who's played so well in Devontae Smith that he's in position right now to potentially go in the top 2 rounds also.
Yeah.
So that helps as a quarterback.
He's got guys that make him look good.
And Jalen Waddle too.
Yep, absolutely. All right, he's Matt Zenitz. Thanks so much for all your insight. We appreciate it as always. And for all your Alabama Crimson Tide updates, visit us on AL.com.